Hey guys, what's going on? Today I'm checking out the Beatbot AquaSense 2. It's a fully cordless robotic pool cleaner that I bought for my pool, and I've been using it for a while now. In this video, I'm going to give you a quick review based on my experience, what it does well, what to expect, and whether it's really worth it. Let's dive right in. This is the unit itself, and here's the docking station. You'll want to place the dock somewhere close to your pool or in an easy to access spot, since that's where you'll be placing the robot when it's not in use. Charging it from completely empty takes about 4 hours, and once it's fully charged, it's ready for the next cleaning session. Getting the AquaSense 2 started is super simple. Everything is controlled through the app, which connects to the robot via Bluetooth. Once you're connected, you can choose from 5 different cleaning modes, depending on what your pool needs that day. You've got floor mode, which only cleans the bottom of the pool. Great for a quick clean if the walls are already in good shape. Then there's a standard mode, which is the one I use the most. It gives you a full clean, floor, walls, and waterline. Next is area mode, where you can actually customize the cleaning intensity. You get to decide how many times you want the robot to go over the floor or the walls. So if one part of your pool needs a bit more attention, you can make sure it gets the extra passes it needs. Then there's multi-zone mode, which is designed for more complex pool layouts, like pools with large steps, irregular shapes, or bowl-style features. It adjusts its cleaning pattern to match those shapes. And finally, there's Eco mode. It uses less battery and runs a shorter cycle, just enough to keep the pool looking clean without doing a full deep clean every time. So in this case, I'm going to select standard mode. After that, you'll need to place the robot on a flat surface for a few seconds so it can calibrate. Once that's done, you can drop it into the water, and from there it takes over and does everything on its own. It usually takes about 5 minutes to fully sink. You'll notice it stays on the bottom for a moment, but don't worry, that's just part of its calibration process. After that, it automatically starts the cleaning cycle. Now, the way it cleans is actually pretty interesting. First, it starts by scanning your pool. That's what you're seeing when it moves all around the pool at the beginning. During this phase, it's not cleaning just yet. It's mapping out the shape, size, and depth of your pool to figure out the most efficient cleaning path before it gets started. Then, it begins the actual cleaning process. It starts by focusing on the floor, moving across the bottom and picking up debris. After using it for a while, I noticed that it doesn't follow a strict or predictable pattern. At first, I thought it was just moving randomly, but it's actually using internal mapping and artificial intelligence to decide where to go next based on what it detects in your pool. So sometimes it moves in different patterns across the floor, or you'll see it switching between the floor and walls. Other times, it might spend more time on one specific area. It is constantly adapting in real time, which is pretty smart, even if from the outside it can look a little unpredictable. After that, it moves on to cleaning the walls. And just like with the floor, it doesn't follow one specific pattern. Sometimes it goes from one wall to another in kind of a star-like motion, bouncing between different sides. Other times, it climbs all the way around the pool, going along the entire wall and giving the whole perimeter a good scrub. It really depends on how the robot evaluates the layout and where it thinks cleaning is most needed. Now, when it comes to the battery, the AquaSense 2 has a capacity of 10,000 mAh battery, which is pretty solid for a cordless pool cleaner. On a full charge, it can run for up to 4 hours, depending on the cleaning mode you choose. In my experience, it usually lasts around 3 to 3 hours and 30 minutes when using standard mode, which is more than enough to clean a medium to large pool in a single session before needing a recharge. Now, when it starts cleaning the water line, it actually does a really good job. It goes over the water line twice, giving it a solid scrub, and you'll notice it climbs pretty high above the water, higher than most other pool robots I've seen. It really reaches up to get all that buildup along the edge. And when you see it floating like this, that means it's in park mode. It has come back to the surface so you can easily pick it up. When it does this, it usually means one of two things. Either the battery ran out and it's asking to be recharged, or the cleaning cycle has finished, which is what happened this time. In this case, the cleaning process took 181 minutes, which is just over 3 hours, and the battery still had 34% left. So it definitely has plenty of juice to clean a medium or even large pool without running out. So now we can take it out of the water and let me show you how to clean it. On the top there's a lid with a small clip. Just press it to open, and that gives you access to the internal basket. This is everything it picked up. It's not a lot, but that's because I keep my pool pretty clean, and most of the debris is just fine sand which it still manages to collect. Once you've emptied and rinsed the basket, that's it. You can put it back and set the robot on the charger again for the next use. You might be wondering, how often do I need to clean my pool with this robot? Well, it really depends on your pool and how much debris it usually gets. If you have a lot of trees nearby, or if you use your pool often, you might want to run the cleaner every day or every other day. But if your pool stays relatively clean, like mine, you can easily get away with using it just 2 or 3 times a week to keep everything looking great. Now, after using this robot for a while, there are a couple of things I've noticed. First, once it's underwater, it loses the Bluetooth connection, so you can't control it or stop it from the app while it's fully submerged. The app does have a park mode option, but since the connection doesn't work well underwater, it can be difficult to send that command unless the robot is near the surface. And just to be clear, this isn't a flaw with this specific unit, it's just how Bluetooth behaves in water. Water blocks wireless signals, so once the robot is deep in the pool, it's out of range. However, there are some moments like when it's cleaning the water line or floating near the surface where the connection briefly comes back, and you might be able to send a command then. Another thing I've noticed is that this cleaner has a hard time with certain areas, like the stairs in my pool. According to Beatbot, if your pool has wider steps with enough water coverage, the robot can clean them. So if your pool has that kind of setup, it should do a better job in those areas. Also, there are some spots like these stairs where the robot just doesn't quite get to, or struggles to clean properly. So I wouldn't say it cleans 100% of the pool. I'd say it gets about 95% of the job done, which is still really solid for a cordless cleaner, especially considering how hands-off the whole process is. Also, just a quick heads up, Beatbot recommends staying out of the pool during the cleaning process, and that includes pets too. That's because the robot uses sensors and mapping technology to scan and navigate the pool. If there are people or animals in the water, it can interfere with the mapping and throw off its cleaning pattern, which can affect how well it performs. So my takeaway after using this pool cleaner for a while is that it's been really effective. It doesn't clean every single inch like the steps, but it gets about 95% of the job done, and it does it completely on its own. Now keep in mind this unit only cleans the bottom and the walls. It doesn't skim the surface or filter the water itself. If you're looking for something that also cleans the surface of the water or filters and clarifies your pool, Beatbot does offer other models with more advanced features. The Beatbot AquaSense 2 Pro adds surface skimming and water clarification, along with a longer battery life and improved coverage for larger pools. And then there's the Beatbot AquaSense 2 Ultra, which takes it even further with full 5-in-1 cleaning, advanced AI mapping, and dual-side brushes that handle not just the floor and walls, but also floating debris and surface dirt. I'll leave the links for this model and the other version down in the description so you can check them out. If you decide to buy using my link, I may earn a small commission at no extra cost to you, and that really helps support the channel. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. I'll be happy to help. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this.